Hi, the internet. Welcome to the What Else Show. I'm your host, Robert. This is Bethany.
Hi, internet.
And today we've got a brand new What Else Show for you. Bethany, what else are we talking about today?
Today we are going to do a classic movie review, another classic movie review of The Warriors.
That's right, 1979's The Warriors. I'm sure you've either heard of it or haven't heard of it because there's no middle ground, you know?
Right. Yep.
Bethany, why did we choose this movie?
We chose this movie because The Warriors is kind of a mainstay in pop culture, and I had never seen it from beginning to end. Had you seen it?
No, I had never seen it from beginning to end. I've seen very few... Before now, I had seen very few parts of the movie, maybe just like a fight scene here or there, and then the iconic guy with the bottles, the Warriors.
Yep. Yeah, so that's such a well-known scene. This movie has inspired other movies. It has inspired TV shows. It has inspired so many filmmakers, but it was really cool to finally sit down and watch The Warriors from beginning to end.
Okay, before we start the review, let's say we are going to go into full spoilers.
Full spoilers.
Yes.
It's from 1979, guys.
Yeah. If you haven't watched it yet, you had your chance.
You had your chance.
You had a couple months to watch it.
Yes. Yeah. You've had a while.
Okay, Bethany, let's jump into The Warriors. What did you think?
Let's get into it. So I want to talk about the opening credits first.
Okay.
Loved. My favorite thing about this movie was the opening credits. They were very, very unique in that they actually set up the narrative and the background for the film, and you got to know who was new to the gang, who were the rivals, who were best friends.
Oh, you know what?
Who's worried about who.
Let's give a short synopsis of the movie before we jump into the review.
Okay.
Do you want to do it yourself, or do you want IMDb to help you out on this one?
I think I can do it myself.
Okay.
But if it's terrible, stop me and I'll go.
Why don't we do
to my phone a
IMDb
friend.
and then we'll decide if IMDb's is terrible.
Oh, okay. Okay, so here is the synopsis of the movie. A street gang known as the Warriors must fight its way from the Bronx to its home turf on Coney Island when its members are falsely accused of assassinating a respected gang leader. I mean, that's a pretty good synopsis.
They especially don't get into spoilers or what the movie
no details
is about. They kind of just tell you how what starts the movie.
Yeah. So that's kind of what starts the movie. And this respected gang leader that gets assassinated, he had actually called an enclave, a huge meeting of all of the gangs in New York. And so they were at this huge event with this gang leader. I really loved the opening credits because it really helped you understand, like, what are they planning for? What were they afraid of? You got to know the warrior characters a little bit, at least, before it plunged into the meeting, because as soon as the opening credits are over, the movie starts and they are on their way to this meeting, and then they're in the meeting.
Yeah.
And then from there it's like that's where like all the action happens.
I agree. I like the intro, the credit scene. The credit scene is long.
It's long, yeah, because it's basically like the intro to the movie.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
It's long. The music is really good that they use for the opening credit scene. The music for the whole movie is actually pretty good. Both the score and the soundtrack they're really interesting choices, but I think they really work for the movie.
So the movie is about this one single night. So it's a night in the life of the Warriors. It's the night that gang leader is assassinated. So that's all the movie is about. It's just their journey from trying to get out of the Bronx back to their home turf where they think that they'll be safe in Coney Island.
One of the interesting things about this movie is that this big meeting is called with all the gangs. Come here with your gang, no weapons. 8 or 9 of you are supposed to be here representing your gang. And the protagonists of the movie are the Warriors, but the Warriors are like a gang. Right? They're like bad people.
Yeah.
And
the criminals.
The guy that was killed that called the meeting, he's also the leader of a big gang, and he's a bad person, right? And this gang leader gets shot by another gang.
Yeah.
Right? And in the end, it's revealed the guy shot him just because he likes to do things like that.
Yes. There really was no profound motivation for him assassinating the gang leader. And he was able to just immediately blame it on the Warriors, and now it was like every gang in New York was looking for the Warriors. And so that's why the movie centers around them trying to get back to their home turf, because they are being assailed on all sides by all these gangs who think that they're the ones who assassinated this respected and charismatic gang leader, and they didn't. They were innocent. Spoiler alert, they were innocent.
It's spoilers.
They didn't do it.
Bethany, you know what we didn't spoil? We didn't spoil who's in the movie.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about who was in the movie. So Michael Beck plays Swan, and Michael Beck actually went on to do a lot of other like kind of obscure movies, but he did go on to do a lot of other stuff. And then James Remar played this character named Ajax, but everyone else is pretty not well known.
Oh, I didn't even know those two people were well known.
Yeah.
I thought I had never heard of it. I recognized 0 people in this movie.
I recognized the guy that played Ajax.
This is a weird movie.
It's very weird.
And what I think maybe the weirdest part is it's 1979. I have no idea what 1979 New York is, but the way that these gangs are portrayed as like groups that are very distinctive and different from each other.
Each one has a theme.
They're so cartoony and weird. That's not what like gangs were in 1979, is it? Does anybody know?
I don't know. If you know, leave us a comment. If you were in a gang in 1979.
They're just all
Yeah.
dressed alike to a degree that it's crazy. Like there's a mime gang.
Yeah, they're dressed like mimes.
And there's like a baseball gang, baseball player gang, but they also have face paint, so I don't know if they're also baseball player mimes. I'm not sure.
We're not sure. There's also a gang where they wear striped shirts and overalls.
Yeah, they wear overalls. There's a gang that's like a karate gang.
Yes.
Yeah,
they're like all themed. And then of course there's the gang that seem like the quintessential gang because they're wearing like leather jackets and their hair is all crazy.
Yeah, they're more like biker gangs than they are street gangs.
Yeah, they're like biker gangs.
Yeah, it's even the Warriors. They're wearing like leather vests.
Yes, they do seem like biker gangs, don't they?
Yeah. More biker gangy than they are street gangy.
It's really interesting.
It's really weird.
Very odd. Yeah, it's really odd.
But then we never even gave our opinion of the movie. Do we like it or don't we like it?
So you cannot. So that's where things get a little
Where's
complicated.
the answer?
So yeah, that's where things get a little complicated because you can't really say. If you compare this movie to modern movies, it's not really going to hold up because it's from 1979, first of all. And it is kind of a unique story. It's it's unique. The way that the story is told is unique because it's about one gang, and that's the gang that the action kind of centers around the Warriors. And it's a night. It's just one night, right? It's not about their entire lives. It's just this one specific night. I think I liked it, actually.
Yeah, I think I liked it too. I think it's kind of a bad good movie. The score and the soundtrack really work for the movie, but the acting is bad. Some of the action is bad.
Some of the acting is not bad.
I think the only one that can act in the movie is the girl that they meet.
The girl, I really liked the character of Swan. I really
don't think he can act.
Swan. But there were a few parts where I was like, oh, really breaking out the big guns, the acting chops. Not in the Warriors gang, but like other people in the film.
I think we're going to have to agree to disagree.
Okay. But we agree that acting overall is not great.
It's not great.
Yeah. So we agree on that. The acting overall is not great.
I brought up they meet like one woman in this.
Yes.
In this movie, and she's part of another gang or something.
The Orphans. She's like she hangs out with this gang called the Orphans.
Yeah. and they're not a very good gang, so they don't have like a lot of pomp and circumstance. They just wear, I think, green shirts that say orphans.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
They're just they look kind of like a bowling team rather than a gang.
Anyways, they meet this girl, and this girl's real mouthy.
Very mouthy.
But she starts following the warriors, and she gets involved in their gang. I don't know why, right? But when she first meets them, they say, if we weren't in such a hurry, we would all rape you.
Maybe we ought to pull a train on you. You look like you might even like it.
That's basically what they said. That's basically what they said.
Our heroes.
They just had this no holds barred conversation with the orphans and this mouthy woman. And yeah, that was very like, yeah, we don't have time to rape you right now. We got to go. So it was really weird that like, oh man, like we're supposed to be rooting for these people, but they're all criminals. All of them are criminals.
Yeah.
This movie really did make me root for the warriors.
It really made Bethany want to join a gang.
I hope really made me it really made me hope that they made it back to Coney Island safely.
Yes.
Like I was like, please just make it back safely. I was going off of everything that the gang was saying, like what they were saying to each other. And they kept saying, well, if we could just get back to our home turf, we'll be safe. And I was like, yeah, just get back to your home turf. You'll be safe. But then when they got there, I was like, wait, no, why did you think you would be safe here?
Yeah. They do talk about that. The entire movie is like, when we get home, we'll be safe.
Yeah. But they weren't.
The people that are chasing them don't have a problem going into their gang territory and, trying to kill them or whatever it is they're trying to do.
And that iconic scene took place so late in the movie.
Yeah, it was surprising.
Yes, I did not realize that was so late in the movie, and they're in their home turf and they're still being hunted.
Right.
And they're like, well, let's just head for the beach. And I was like, why would you go to the beach? Because I was thinking, well, maybe they're better at fighting on the beach than anyone else because Coney Island is
crazy
their home
thing
turf.
to think.
Like, I don't know. I don't know why they were like, let's get them to the beach. We'll lead them to the beach. And I was like, I don't understand that line of thinking.
But then
why would you be safer there? It's out in the open.
Gang members, not tactical.
Oh, yeah.
Tactical geniuses.
Oh, the warriors. Yeah. Really.
Anyways, let me tell you how the movie ends.
Yes.
In the end of the movie, there's a face-off between the warriors and the gang. I believe they're called the Rogues. That gang that shot that one gang leader that called the big meeting.
So there's a face-off on the beach between the Rogues and the warriors.
And then I don't remember what the name of this gang. This is the biggest gang.
Yeah, they're the biggest
gang.
And
they're the ones that called the meeting. The Riffers? The Riffs.
The Riffs.
The Riffs.
The Riffs.
At some point in the movie, the Riffs find out that it wasn't the warriors who shot their leader. So the Riffs show up during this face-off, and then they end up killing the guy it's assumed they end up killing the guy that shot their leader.
And then they let the warriors go.
And they let the warriors go.
Yeah. So the warriors do get out safely. The girl is still with them, and the Riffs serve up some street justice to the Rogues.
I imagine the girl that's with them is just like the gang whore now, though, right?
I think so, yeah.
Actually, the main character, Swan, and her talk about getting away from this type of life. Yeah. So it sounds like Swan wants to get out. It sounds like she wants to get out. Yeah.
It sounds like they want to travel. So it's really...
I don't think it's going to work out for them.
Yeah, so it leaves it really open-ended. It's really open-ended.
Before we recommend or don't recommend this movie for people to watch, is there anything else in the movie that sticks out to you that you want to let people know about?
No interesting parts from me. No.
I'm just going to talk about this movie in general and say that most of the movie is a chase. They're chasing the warriors. And that aspect of the movie really keeps you interested in what's happening next. I think the movie both builds tension and anticipation with that.
Yes.
With that with the chase.
It was good at building tension.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're right. It is a chase from beginning to end. It is a chase. And the question is, are they going to get to their home turf safely?
So Bethany, do you recommend this movie that people watch this?
I think people should watch this movie. It's so entrenched in pop culture that I think it's kind of an important movie to watch. And if anything, you're really going to probably enjoy the opening credits because it was just so well done. I loved it.
What a review.
I loved it. Yeah, it was, yeah.
I think I do recommend this movie. I think it's fun, but I think a lot of it is unintentionally fun. I think they were trying to make a more serious movie.
Yeah.
But it's kind of goofy by today's standards. And I think it's a lot of fun to watch with, like, maybe with other people so that you can, like, laugh about kind of the silliness of what they think is supposed to be serious.
Like when it's fun to, like, watch a bad movie. This is a good bad movie to watch.
This is a good bad movie to watch. Yeah, because it's fun and it keeps moving and you never know what's going to happen and there's always something to look at and like, what? Huh?
What is happening?
Yeah.
Did they just talk about raping that girl?
Yeah. Are those? This is not a baseball bat gang?
Oh my God, those are mimes. Yeah. So there's just like a lot of interesting things going on screen. And it really was a lot of fun to watch. It definitely kept me interested.
Do you have anything else to say about this movie?
I do not.
I don't have anything else to say either. So that's definitely a recommend for the classic 1979 The Warriors. Recommended. Bethany and I. Kind of an ironic recommendation, unfortunately. But what are you going to do? Should I take us out?
Go ahead and take us out, Robert.
Thanks for watching, Internet. You can follow the show on Twitter at @WhatElseShow. We're also on Instagram at TheWhatElseShow. Please like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. We're also on Twitch, where we will be playing the Warriors pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that. It's a PlayStation 1 game or something, PSP game. I don't know. We're gonna play it.
We're gonna check it out.
We're gonna check
Twitch.
it out.
Yep.
Yeah. And if you know anything about gangs in New York in 1979, let us know in the comments. Bye, Internet.
Bye, Internet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so he was like, it was them. And then all of a sudden...
The longest way to explain that.
Yeah, sorry, you'll have to edit that down.
I have to cut the whole thing out.
I know, I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay.